The action scenes were good. I actually think The Rock did, pretty decent in this role. One thing I found interesting is he doesn't really have many lines. He doesn't say much. Most of the talking I feel like is done by everybody else around him. Um, I thought Pierce Brosnan's character, Dr. Fate, was probably the best part of the movie. Um, but yeah, like basically what I'm getting at here is like it's like if you went completely unbiased to the movies and you saw this movie, you'd come out being like, okay, like there was things I didn't care for, but it definitely isn't that bad. And to me, I think I thought it was like, I mean, what they're saying is it's the start of something, a new phase in DC universe and stuff like that. And but all these Marvel fanboys are just going to shoot it down because Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man isn't in it, or there's something fucking stupid. It's like, figure it out. Or like IGN gave this movie a 5 or something like that out of 10 or something like that. And it's like they gave She-Hulk a 9 out of 10. Are you fucking stupid? Yeah. Like, these are people you just can't fucking listen to. Like, oh my goodness, unbelievable.
It's like a popularity contest, and people just care about what's more popular. It's just like, I don't know, it deserves to be respected on its own. Like, I think, not talking about just this movie, but I think a movie that was incredible was Batman versus Superman.
Oh my god,
I loved that movie, and
I thought it was good too. Nobody fucking says that though. It's like people know Nickelback's really not that bad of a band, right? But it's like somebody started some bullshit about them years ago, where it's like, oh, you can't like Nickelback, they suck. It's like, they're not that bad. It's the same fucking thing. It's like, you should probably shut the fuck up, since I'm sure you listen to them. It's like,
once it becomes cool to hate something, that's what's going on here. Once it becomes cool to hate something, there's people who are so afraid not to fit in that all of a sudden everybody gets on board. And it's not saying that there isn't some truth to it, and saying that, yeah, it's not an amazing movie, but they go like way further than that, just to be like in the cool club or something. Marvel's the cool club, which I just don't. I'm getting bored of these Marvel movies.
Marvel's full of shit. Like, okay, you want to know the best movie? Okay, the best 2 movies, Marvel movies, like legitimately, are the first Iron Man and Infinity War. Not Endgame, Infinity War, all right? Those 2 movies are incredible from Marvel. That's it. Most everything else is really not that fucking great. But yet we're supposed to act like those are the best movies. They're done perfectly, no flaws. That's what the fucking fanboys will say.
I don't know how people aren't bored yet, because I'm getting really bored.
Yeah, it's
I'm happy to see DC.
I want to see straws, DC, man.
I want to see DC characters, even if it's not amazing. I'm not saying everything's amazing, but I want to see it on the screen. They haven't even had a chance yet, and you're shooting it down. Like, you gave Marvel a chance, like give this a chance. I don't know. It's the first rendition of it. I mean, you can shit on it later if there's a second rendition, but this is the first time we've ever got to see Justice League. Come on, like I don't get it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and it's like, what's funny too, Daniel? It's like they act like the Marvel movies are just like 50 points higher than these DC movies or something. It's like, dude, okay, like if the DC movies are like a 7, like the Marvel might have been like a 7.5. These Marvel movies, they're not blowing away the competition. Can they shut the fuck up? You know what I mean? Can we just get real here? There's a lot of cringy, annoying shit in Marvel. Like, I would almost say there's definitely more cringe in Marvel, like 100%. Okay, the problem with the DC movies is they lose direction sometimes throughout the film. But it's like, maybe not necessarily in Marvel's case, but you just get bullshit from Marvel. You just get annoying cringe nonstop, like the Thor movies. Did anybody show up for that? Does anybody really like that? Is that what we really want?
Yeah.
Give me
honestly,
a break.
I'm going to say something that is controversial. Before Zack Snyder's cut even came out, I didn't think the first one was that bad either.
No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't great. Definitely wasn't great, but
yeah, no, it was no worse than any other Marvel movie.
No, I thought it was on the same level as
Age of Ultron, like shitty. It's a movie I didn't even see, but it's like it was better than that.
The first Avengers was dog shit. The second Avengers was dog shit. I actually equate a lot of the first Avengers being dog shit, Daniel, just because the Hulk was nerfed so bad. He was just nerfed throughout the entire Marvel fucking series there, and it's just like figure it out. Like that's why like most people showed up. I fucking swear, and they hit them ruining the Hulk's fucking character in Marvel. I will never forgive them for that. They fucked that character up so fucking bad.
I'm so glad you brought that up. I was actually going to
Sorry, I'm
segue
going off
into.
the rails here. I'm a little pissed
Okay,
off.
yeah, I don't care. Mark Ruffalo is just the worst Hulk you could
Liquid
ever
shit,
possibly
liquid
think.
dog shit. I don't want to see him on screen ever as
He
the
is the
Hulk.
most. Here's the problem. I mean, I'm not saying that. The problem is he's a nice guy. Like, where's the? He's got nothing to conjure up from the past that you could believe that Mark Ruffalo's got a dark past he's bringing up. It's
Yeah,
like,
like if he got
and he's
pissed
an
off,
idiot,
it'd be like,
and
all
he's a
right, Mark,
scientist,
calm
and he's
down,
but he's
calm
an
down,
idiot at
Mark.
the same time. He's supposed to be the smartest guy in the room, but he's an idiot. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
There's that. So like the strength of DC picking good characters for the roles, and it doesn't matter if they were like on the screen
or
a
good
long time
actors for the
or
roles. Yeah,
not. They're picking really good people, but Marvel doesn't have that strength. The ones that stand out are the ones that are good, like Doctor Strange and Iron Man. But
yeah. Robert
there's a
Downey
lot
Jr.
of
is
bad
incredible.
there's a lot of bad
Um,
choices in there.
but there is a lot. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of not so great actors that are in those roles, and we're just
Like
supposed to like them just because it's Marvel. It's like no, no, they don't get a pass.
I don't know. There's like so much we can talk about in terms of like how bad they've gotten. Like, what was the newest Thor movie that was just? I didn't even see it. I don't see movies that are terrible, but I already knew it was terrible. And it was just like they're when they make a character too much of a joke, like Thor, like they make him like it was cool when he first started out. Not even he was always an idiot. I don't know why. He's always been like the comic kind
I
of
love
butt
how
of
you
the
just
joke.
like change your whole thought right there on this one. You know what? Nah, fuck him. He sucks. He's an idiot.
Yeah, I don't. It's just like, is
um,
that what you want to do with your characters? Just make it all a joke? I mean, now it's just turned into everything's a joke.
yeah,
I don't
nothing
know.
serious. And like
I
that's
didn't take it
like
serious
what was
before.
wrong with Batman versus Superman in the Justice League? Like those movies were way darker. Definitely Batman versus Superman. Like that shit was dark. I was like, we don't want to show up for a serious movie. Like what the fuck? You know? Is Ben Affleck as
Yeah,
Batman that bad? I don't think so. I think he's all right.
I
I don't.
think
I,
the
I,
only
I don't think he's
I'm
a
gonna go back on
disgrace
something.
to the character. Go
So
ahead.
okay, so I'm going to eliminate a caveat here. I'm not going to talk about Suicide Squad. I'm going to only talk about the Justice League part. Suicide Squad is a terrible movie. The
The
second
first
one at
one
least.
was not great, and the second one or the reboot is the worst film I think I've ever seen. Like I think I told you that I watched Space Jam 2 relatively close to that, and I thought Space Jam 2 was the worst, and then I saw that Suicide Squad. I couldn't when that starfish came out at the end, like that was the boss. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I was like, there's no way this is they really filmed this. Like this, I could not believe it.
You know what's funny though? As we're saying this, I'm realizing that actually I think these same people that hate DC movies, I think the same people actually did like the Suicide Squad movies. Like I actually think that they segregate that. Like I'm just saying this because I'm not just saying everything DC is good or better. I'm going to say that that was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. There was a friend of mine that loves every movie, and even he was like, "This is too much for me. This is terrible." So
Yeah,
I mean,
so I feel like this was supposed to be about Black Adam, but we just started railing
it's
on
really it's
Marvel
really just about
fanboys.
DC and Marvel. Yeah.